Hey you guys, it's Peter, and welcome to my channel, Peter Likes Books. Okay, we are one week away from the beginning of Booktube-a-thon. Well, I mean, it's Sunday, so next Sunday we are starting Booktube-a-thon. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I wanted to go, I have a t-shirt that says, a thon on, calm down and a thon on, and I wanted to wear that for this video, but it's stored upstairs and it's like underneath all these other t-shirts and I can't find it. So, but I'm definitely gonna be wearing that in one of my videos for Booktube-a-thon, of which I will be vlogging and talking the whole time. So I'm really excited, and when we start it, I will actually be in Connecticut on vacation, well, on a little weekend trip. So I'm starting it somewhere else and I have nothing to do but read, and I'm super excited about it. Okay, are you guys doing Booktube-a-thon? I have seen so many TBRs. I'm so excited. People are reading really all kinds of different stuff this year. It's really fun, and I'm kind of excited to see what people have to say, because a lot of people are doing reading books that I've never heard of before. And so I have a couple people that, like Julia Sapphire, was like watching her video. I was like, I don't know any of these books. So I was like looking at her, I was like, I'm gonna have to watch and see what she says about these books. There's so many people. I have found so many new booktubers that I have subscribed to. If you don't know, here's a little secret, okay? If you don't know, I will watch, every time I watch a booktube video, or specifically a Booktube-a-thon TBR right now, if I watch it, I just subscribe. I don't care. I love being introduced to new booktubers. It's so fun for me, and I feel like everybody has a different voice, and that's what makes it so cool. So anyway, all right. Today I wanted to talk about... First, you're going to need your Starbucks coffee if your name is Peter Monn. Okay, or Peter Likes Books. So, I wanted to talk about preparing for the Booktube-a-thon and what to expect if you've never done it before, because I know there's a lot of people out there that have never done it before. Now, if you don't know, what you don't know is a lot. I have 3 other channels, okay? I'm also starting a 5th channel. Well, okay, that's 4 channels. I'm starting a 5th channel August 1st, and it's a storyteller channel where I'm going to do the first story on there, and then everybody else is going to send me videos, and I have a lot of videos already planned telling a story, because I believe in the importance of, the single story can change things, and that we need many different stories out there about people's different experiences within certain, communities, because that's how we show, diversity. So that's what that channel is all about. If you are interested in it at all, you can email me at thestorytellervideos@gmail.com. I'll list it below. Email me and say, hey, listen, I have a story. If you're a YouTuber or a booktuber, I will link your channel as well and promote the hell out of you. But that's completely different. Okay. I have a lot of people, because I talk about the Booktube-a-thon on my vlog all the time, right? I'm so excited about Booktube-a-thon. And other readathons as well, but especially Booktube-a-thon. And so I have a lot of people that are like, I'm going to do it, even though they don't, have channels. They're like, I don't care that I don't have a channel. I'm going to do it anyway. So I thought for everybody out there that's never done Booktube-a-thon before, what to expect and what I got out of it the first time that I did it. Because if you watch my video the other day called My First Booktube Experience or whatever, it was kind of life-changing for me, honestly. Other than just being a readathon, it really gave me a new perspective over who I am, not just as a reader, but as a person in life, and doing things that make me happy and chasing my passions and things like that. But I will tell you that Booktube-a-thon was a lot different than I thought it would be. And what happened was, it was very much like, okay, when you're running and you're running like a race, like in high school, or I don't know, maybe you still run races, and you're going around and you're going around, and that first, 2 or 3 laps you're doing really well, but by that 6th lap, you're like, and by the 8th lap, you're like, I'm just gonna walk, right? But then you're getting around, and it's like that final lap, and it's between you and this, the girl that you don't really get along with that well, and you're like, okay, I'm not coming in last, I'm gonna beat her ass. And so you start taking off that last round, but then she starts chasing you, and it's like, oh my God, I'm gonna lose this race, and I'm gonna come in last. That's not gonna happen. That's kind of the last day of Booktube-a-thon. Okay, so you kind of have to pace yourself. That would be the first thing that I would say. I went into this thing with such gusto. I was like, I'm reading 15 hours a day. Okay, that's not going to happen. You're not going to read 15 hours a day. I mean, maybe some of you out there will. Last year, I was so surprised. There were so many people that were like, by the 3rd day, they were done with all their books. I was like, what just happened? I'm so confused. So for those people, you're going to need to have a lot of coffee, apparently, okay? Now, I will make an entire, this is my favorite coffee. It's the Veranda blend from Starbucks. Beans, grind them up, make a pot of coffee. So I'll be making a pot of coffee, but I also have Keurig cups in case I'm just reading for like an hour and I don't want to make a whole pot. But I will tell you that at 11:59, okay, on next Sunday night, I will be there ready to program my books into Goodreads. Now, you don't have to do that, but I think it really helps because you can kind of show your progress as you go. Do it however you want to do it. A lot of people read a book, move on to the next one. Read a book, move on to the next one. I don't do that. I read all 7 books at the same time. I know, it's crazy, isn't it? But I do. I read all 7 books at the same time because I just kind of like read a little bit of this, read a little bit of that. So first of all, you're going to want to do your TBR. Now, this is on my TBR. This is the very first book that I'm going to read. And I went back and I watched Ariel Bissett's reading challenges, and what she says is flip a coin for the first book you're going to read. So she didn't say complete it, but I'm going to try to do that. So I'm going to try to read and complete One of Us is Lying by Karen McManus, and that be the very first book that I read on my, I don't know what this is. Used to be squid, now it's brick wall. I don't know, 4 fingers. So anyway, 5. All right. So this is going to be the first book that I read when I go into it. I may like get like 30 pages into it and go, oh, I've got to start something else, right? But I'm traveling, so I can't take 7 books with me, and I don't want to. I mean, we're flying. Can you imagine going through Delta and they're being like, why are you taking 7 books with you for a 3-day trip? I'm like, hey, Booktube-a-thon. So anyway, the first thing you're going to want to do is get your books, and then you're going to kind of figure out, and for me, like, I'm even going to chart it out. Like, I am, okay? Because I'm serious about this shit. I'm going to chart it out, and I'm going to look at my week, and I'm going to kind of figure out what days I can stay up super late and what days I can't, and what days are better for me to read and things like that. And then I'm going to look at the challenges and look at the books and see which books are going to be easier for me to do. Now, you know, the book where you have to read it with your hat on your head, that's going to be easy because I always wear a hat. So you're going to want to kind of figure out how you're going to read, right? Now, I will tell you, the last 2 years, I have gone into it and just been like, read when you're going to read, and that did not work for me, okay? What happened was I was like 4 or 5 days into it, and I hadn't really read a whole lot, and then I was frustrated, and I was trying to rush that weekend. You don't want to do that. You want to enjoy Booktube-a-thon. You also want to enjoy the sprints. So go look, because they already probably, I think they have it up, I haven't looked. They already probably, I don't know, they haven't, I haven't looked. I have no clue, but it will be up, okay? They will have a calendar of the reading sprints that are on Twitter. If you do not have Twitter, they will put the reading sprints, I think, up on Instagram. I'm sure. Ariel, if you're not, you should. Because a lot of people have said, I don't have Twitter, can I still do Booktube-a-thon? Sure, why not? I mean, you're going to miss out on a lot, but okay. Just start a Twitter and then delete it when Booktube-a-thon's over, you know what I mean? Don't follow nobody but Booktube-a-thon, and me, why wouldn't you? So anyway, but they're going to do reading sprints. The reading sprints are really fun because they'll say things like, you know, like go read for the next 20 minutes. And you'll, like, I time myself. It's really fun. And then, and then after that, they'll say like, okay, tell us what book you're reading in emojis, or, you know, like, what did you think about that? Like, you know, there's a little they do little competitions and little challenges during the reading sprints. It's fun. And what you feel like is, I'm part of something bigger than myself. That's really what it's cool about it. That you realize, like, in that moment, there are thousands of people reading at the same time that you are. Just think about that for a second, okay? Because of this readathon that Ariel Bissett started, and these sprints that are going on, at that moment, when they say, read for the next 20 minutes, there are thousands of people around the world reading all at the same time out of their love of books. That's a pretty cool thing to be part of, don't you think? I mean, I think it is. So you're going to want to do the reading sprints, honestly, right? But then you're going to want to get snacks, and you got to get, listen, the last 2 years I've had snacks, coffee, I've had all kinds of things. And typically what happens is I use them all on the first night, and I get so sick of them I don't want them the next day. You know what I mean? And then I'm just like, oh, gotta read, gotta read. I also would say, it might make it easier for you if you do one that's an audiobook. I always do 6 physical books and 1 audiobook. That's typically what I do because I know that I'm going to be driving around that week. And so I can listen to the audiobook while I'm driving. I'm going to get at least 1 book done, you know? But I think the thing is that if you're going to go into this, what you should be prepared for is a lot of fun, but a lot of work. It's a lot of work. You're trying to read as much as you can read in a week. And so it's kind of like a labor of love. You're doing something that you love, but at the same time, it feels like a lot, right? I tried to pick books this year that so many people have talked about loving that I knew that these would not be books that I could put down. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I wanted books that I couldn't put down, that I could just be like, oh my God, this is so good. Which is why I picked like The Lightning Thief and things like that, because I wanted books that I was just so into that I couldn't get away from. And in the past, I picked kind of like some obscure books that to fit the challenges because I wanted to be different. Why wouldn't you? I mean, I always think I'm different. But this year I didn't do that. This year I picked mainstream kind of books that I thought, you know, like, well, these are books that a lot of people have talked about and said they loved. So I think that I'll be able to, you know, I think that I'll be able to keep up with it this year, and I hope not be able to like put these books down that, you know, they are like so catchy and good and just intriguing that I want to just read forever. So go into it with fun. Don't stress out about it. Do it though. Do it. I really, you know, like my video the other day talked about how I almost didn't do it. And last year I had so much going on in my life. I was like, I don't know that I'm going to do Booktube-a-thon. And in actuality, I think I'll only finish 1 or 2 books, but I still am glad that I participated in it. And I always try to participate in, you know, all the readathons that come out that I know of, because it's just fun to do that and be part of something, you know. One of the things I will say this about high school, I was a little punk rock and different in high school, right? I didn't go to school dances, I didn't go to sporting events, I didn't go to any of that kind of stuff. In retrospect, I wish I would have participated a little bit more, you know? Do I regret those things? I don't know that they're necessarily regrets. Like, I had a great time in high school with my friends after 3:10 when the bell rang, because school was hell for me. But after school, I think, like, had my friends and I gone and did some of those things, I think we would have had fun with it, you know? And, no, I don't really have any regrets, but you want to participate in life. Participate in the things that come your way. And this is one of those things that you can participate from, you know, the safety of your own home. And you don't ever have to go anywhere and still feel like you're part of something that's bigger than you. So, prepare. Think about what you're going to do. Go into this. Set your alarm for 11:59 so you're prepared. And you will have a blast. I love you guys, and put in the comment section below if you are actually participating in Booktube-a-thon. And if you are, link your TBR, because if I haven't seen it, I want to see it, and I want to, if you don't know what a TBR is, it's a to be read. It's the 7 books you're going to be reading for Booktube-a-thon. Link your TBR below if you made a video of it, and I will go watch it. And if I'm not already subscribed to you, then of course I will subscribe. So, I love you guys, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.